You know the drill, drink your water and stay hydrated. Hey guys, Harsh here and welcome back to Technolobe. Today we're talking about one of the best looking smartphones in the mid-range segment, and that is the Realme 11 Pro. So this time around, Realme has focused a lot on the design aspect of this smartphone. I mean, just look at it. It looks so premium and does not feel like a phone which starts at 24,000 rupees. Nope, not at all. For the price of rupees 24,000, Realme 11 Pro looks absolutely premium. But there should be a question here. What about when you look past the looks? How is the smartphone then? Well, that's exactly what we are here to find out. Let's talk about the smartphone in detail. Alright, first and foremost, I want to start with the design. Realme has teamed up with this Italian designer whose name is... Wait, let me quickly check the name. Matteo Minetto. I'm pretty sure I butchered that name, but anyway, yeah, Realme has teamed up with this Italian designer to design the Realme 11 Pro series, and I feel that he's done an excellent job over here. Right from the textured leather back finish, the circular camera module, the zipper line design going through the middle, everything comes together and looks super premium on the Realme 11 Pro. I also like how lightweight and comfortable it feels in the hand. As soon as I unboxed this smartphone, my first reaction was like, damn, this smartphone is lightweight. And to be honest, the leather material feels awesome to hold. Like, I was bored of holding glass back smartphones. After using this, glass back smartphones do not feel good at all. And color options are great as well. There is this beige color obviously, then you can also buy a black one, and the Realme 11 Pro Plus you also get a green one. Personally, my favorite is this beige color. What is your favorite color? Please let me know that in the comment section down below. Now, one more aspect over here which makes the smartphone feel premium is the curved display. Display is curved on both sides and feels very comfortable to hold, and as I said, adds to that premium feeling. Talking about the display, it's a 120Hz AMOLED display with awesome colors and gets bright as well. YouTube videos, TV shows and movies on Netflix or any other content like Instagram Reels as well. Everything is a treat to watch because the display is so good. And Realme has done this in the past with 10 Pro Plus. They had an awesome display there, and that aspect has been carried forward on the Realme 11 Pro as well. Now, when it comes to the refresh rate out of the box, it is set at automatic. Basically, the refresh rate will automatically change based on what you're doing. But I found a lot of frame drops in the automatic refresh rate. That's why I went into settings and set the refresh rate at high, which means that it will always be at 120Hz, and even after that I face some frame drops. So clearly the refresh rate needs to be more optimized on the software part. So if someone from Realme is watching this, please take this feedback. Maybe in the next couple of software updates you can fix that. But it's not a huge concern though. I just noticed a couple of frame drops here and there, and that's why I thought I should mention it. Now this is where we've reached the point to look past the design and display and actually analyze this smartphone. Like, for the price, it looks awesome, display is curved, in-hand feel is very good. But what about other things? First up, I want to talk about software. See, I unboxed this smartphone, set it up, put my Google ID and everything, and immediately I was given recommendation to install some apps. Obviously, I skipped those recommendations, but once I started using the UI, I realized that there is a lot of bloatware, like a lot of pre-installed applications. And the worst part is that after you set up the smartphone, the applications keep getting installed. After you connect this smartphone to the Wi-Fi network, even more applications will get installed. So that is kind of annoying. I actually sat down and counted the number of unwanted applications, and they were 22 pre-installed bloatware applications. That's kind of annoying, to be honest. Now there's one more point here. I'll just show you a demo of it and you will understand. Let's go to Google Play Store and search for Instagram. We'll click the install button and wait for it to download. Download has done, and now it is in the installing phase. Now the installation has also been done, and it takes us to another page where it is scanning the application. I'm okay with that, but here's where you see ads. So whenever you install a new application, it will automatically take you to the scanning page and you will be shown ads. And this scanning page overrides whatever you're doing on the smartphone. Say for example, I click install on an application in Play Store and then go to Instagram to watch Reels. As soon as the installation is complete, while I'm watching the Reels, in between this page will come and you will be shown ads. So that honestly is very annoying and not acceptable. Ads is not acceptable. Now even Xiaomi's MIUI has this annoying scanning page where every time you install a new application, you will be taken to the scanning page, and they used to show ads there as well. But all the reviewers criticized them heavily and they finally removed ads from that page. So I'm expecting Realme to do the same. please remove ads from your UI. But anyway, once I move past all this and set up the smartphone in my own way, I like the software experience. Realme UI is honestly very good with a lot of great features, and the experience of using Realme UI is also very good. So I don't know why they want to spoil it with bloatware and ads, and also agreements. Like literally throughout the UI, it will make you agree to terms of service everywhere. Open the camera application, please agree to terms of service. Open search, please agree to terms of service. Do anything on the smartphone and agree to terms of service. So that's kind of annoying, but once you look past that, the software experience is actually very good. As far as the Android version goes, it is based on Android 13 out of the box, and security patch is 5th April 2023. So that was software. The next point is camera. Realme 11 Pro comes with two cameras on the rear side. One is useful and the other one is useless. So the main camera is a 100 megapixel sensor, and the second one is a 2 megapixel useless camera. Yes, you only get the main camera and no ultra wide angle camera with this smartphone. But it's kind of a bold move to not include an ultra wide angle camera. I feel that it is one step backward. But anyway, the main camera on Realme 11 Pro is good. You can shoot some awesome photos with this main camera, especially when you give it a lot of light. So daylighting conditions are sorted, the photo is detailed, dynamic range is impressive, and the colors are good as well. It's not like the photos are oversaturated or undersaturated. I like the color science here. There's just one thing I noticed, that dynamic range is inconsistent. So 7 out of 10 times you will get very good dynamic range, but the remaining 3 times the dynamic range will not be that good. I feel that is because of auto HDR, so that definitely needs improvement. As far as artificial and low lighting conditions go, you get a dedicated night mode here, and night mode works really well. So you can shoot high quality photos even in artificial and low lighting conditions, so no problem over there. I feel that the main camera is doing a good job here. As far as video recording goes, you can shoot up to 4K at 60 FPS with the rear camera. That is great to see. Support up to 4K at 60 FPS, and the video quality is good for the price of this smartphone. It's not great or something like that, but for the price, video quality is good. Now what about the front camera? The front camera is actually good on Realme 11 Pro. You can shoot detailed selfies with good skin tones and decent dynamic range. The photos are detailed as well. It's not like the selfies are soft. I like the selfies and portrait mode as well. Portrait mode does a good job in edge detection and background blur. Alright, this is a very quick front camera video test with the Realme 11 Pro. I am shooting at 1080p. It cannot go till 4K. It is limited to 1080p. Now you guys let me know about the video quality as well as the microphone quality on this device. That is the Realme 11 Pro. So main camera is good, selfie camera is good, but there is no ultra wide angle camera. This gets me to the experience of using this smartphone. Does it feel fast? Yes, it definitely feels fast. I did not notice any major lag whatsoever. The experience of using apps, switching between them, watching YouTube videos, replying to emails, using WhatsApp, everything has been smooth on this smartphone. So performance wise, Realme 11 Pro is great. I don't think there's an issue in terms of performance. And same goes for battery life. I could easily use this smartphone for 1.5 days because I am a light user. If you're a heavy user, you can use it throughout the day with some juice left towards the end of the day. Battery life holds up very well on the Realme 11 Pro, and so does charging. You get extremely fast charging, 67 watt fast charging with the charger inside the box, and that is extremely convenient. So in the morning or something like that, when you quickly want to charge your smartphone, you can do that because of fast charging. I also like the fact that it has an in-display fingerprint sensor. The fingerprint sensor is fast and accurate, no issues over there. Same thing for speakers. You get a set of stereo speakers which get plenty loud and do not distort. That is the main thing after all, they do not distort. Now let's come to the title of this video. Realme 11 Pro review, all about the looks. And that's exactly what this smartphone is about, the looks. So if you're someone who wants a premium looking and premium feeling smartphone in this price range and don't mind compromising a bit on software and the lack of an ultra wide angle camera, then yes, you can definitely go ahead and buy the Realme 11 Pro. I personally would not do that because I care a lot about software, and the software experience is just very annoying with the bloatware and ads. But if you're okay with it, then you can go ahead and buy the 11 Pro. There's no denying the fact that this smartphone looks and feels absolutely premium. Now I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, then please let me know about that in the comment section down below. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. My name is Harsh Punjabi, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.